All right, Jack, your best man's wandering up. Crowd favourite, obviously, Tom Collins.
Before I begin, I would like to tell you all that I need to use the Wiz Palace. So I'll be back in 5. That's a break for everyone. Sorry. I gotta go. Okay, I know there are many types of annoyances and stuff, but I'm going to talk about 3 main types of annoyances. Okay, there are accidental annoyances, there are intentional malicious annoyances, and then there are intentional affectionate annoyances. Okay. An accidental annoyance is where someone does something that, without it being the intention, ends up annoying someone else. An example off the top of my head would be, say, if someone drove their parents' car through their parents' fence whilst attempting to do a burnout with their friend Joseph Lieben. That's just one that comes to me just as I'm thinking, that's just one example that hypothetical could happen. Yep. An intentional malicious annoyance is where someone makes a point to act in a certain way that they know someone else will not like and find annoying. And it is usually intended to bring the person to tears or extreme anger. So they would want to fight the other person, and then the other person wouldn't be in trouble for them fighting. They wouldn't swing the first punch. So it's sort of along those lines, but it's very common among young people, like siblings and peers who don't like each other. And it's usually a non-violent form of revenge until it might get violent, but it doesn't always. Yeah. An intentional affectionate annoyance is similar to the previous form, except instead of tears and anger being the objective, fun and a hard-to-distinguish expression of love is usually the motives of someone's actions. And unfortunately, despite the motives being good, it often ends in tears, especially for young siblings. Yeah. Now, my sister, Daisha, falls into all 3 of these categories of annoyances. However, her primary form of annoyance that I recollect is the second one. She was pretty malicious towards me. Golly. Like, there was this one time when I was crying already. I was about 10, she was about 11, and... This is supposed to be Jack's speech. Oh. Wait, okay, flip. Okay. So... Okay. I swore I wouldn't make the same mistake my pa, Leon, made at Jack's 21st, but I did. I guess that's why they say, like grandfather, like grandson. I suppose, yeah, that's probably it. Okay. Anyway, moving on to Jack. Okay, I've experienced Jack annoying others in all 3 of these different ways. Not and Daisha, but it's not about her. It's about Jack. Those of you who know, I'm a Star Wars fan. I like Star Wars a lot. Back in the day, I was a lot more of a Star Wars fan. It was probably a problem, but neither here nor there. And I had this lightsaber that my mum and dad, Santa Claus got me for Christmas. It costed $249. Yeah, it was a collector's item, and I was really, really into it. And Jack had a friend over and wanted to show off my awesome lightsaber. So he took it off the display and put it on. I showed his friend, and then put it on my bed. And then a few hours later, after the friend had gone, he sat on the bed without remembering the lightsaber was there and snapped the hilt. And I was just like, I was annoyed. It wasn't intentional, but it was a form of annoyance that I experienced with Jack. I still get annoyed. He gave me the money for it, but I'd rather a lightsaber personally. $249. Oh, golly. And I have countless memories from my childhood of Jack annoying me or Daisha, and for good or bad reasons, good motives, but we would always end up crying, and I'd try and suppress it, and but some of them slip through from now and then. But though I've experienced all three of the types of ways Jack's annoyed me, the most common one was an affectionate annoyance, and it still has been. The third category is where Jack often lies. They were fun, even though they ended in tears quite frequently. And I was young and I was crying a lot. And I was unable to see through the tears that this was Jack's odd way of expressing love towards me and Daisha and the rest of the family. It may sound weird, but I've observed this form of love through the whole Collins family. So Dad's got it. Pa Leon, I'm assuming, passed it on to him. And I'm assuming he got it from his father, who I've heard stories about. So that's 4 generations poured into this man. A weird way of loving people, but it is love nonetheless. Yes. So in the past 5 years, as Jack's been gradually leaving home more and more, I've grown fond of this weird way of expressing love. I've missed it quite a lot, because he's been gone, and I've looked forward to the weekends when Jack is most likely to be at home. But as he has grown closer to Ebony, Jack comes home less and less, and now he's leaving home for good. And though I understand why, and there's love between them, and et cetera, I'm still, I'm not all completely thrilled. It's good, but he's my brother. I love my brother. Yeah, he's cool. And as far as I'm able to recall, the first years of their relationship, there wasn't much of this affectionate annoyance. This weird, hard to determine love language. Mostly there were a lot of uncomfortable silences and very awkward scenes of Jack attempting to put his arm around Ebony. We were in Torquay when this happened for the first time, or from our viewing of it, and it looked like for them it was the first time with him putting... Oh, they were like scared statues or something. Oh, it was hilarious. It's probably the funniest thing I've ever seen, like up to this day. But the longer that they've been going out, the less awkward their relationship has become, and the more comfortable they've become with each other. And so Jack has expressed this weird love language to her, and I've noticed it a lot in the past couple of years. But from my observations, Jack has never annoyed Ebony lovingly to the point of tears yet. And I can only conclude there's 2 possible reasons for this. 1, he doesn't love Ebony enough. Or 2, he loves her so much that he's very, very considerate of her when he loves her in a weird way. And considering this occasion, I'd probably say it leads more towards the first reason. He doesn't love her as much. And that's why, this occasion, he's marrying her to show... He's trying to progress up to making her weep. Something along those lines. I don't know. But, it's a bit over the top, this wedding, to show love. No, but to finish up on a more serious note, I will tell you all 3 things I will love and will miss about my brother Jack. The first thing is I love Jack's Play-Doh-like forearms and his lovely round belly. I have had pretty good fortune in my life, and I believe that is because I've rubbed his belly before. Yeah. That's a possible reason. So I've had good luck because of him. I'm going to miss that luck. Hopefully it doesn't run out. I love Jack's sometimes difficult to distinguish expression of love. I've missed it a lot already. And the third thing I'm going to miss and love about Jack is his gentle, considerate personality and seeing him learn to express love in a less annoying way. And before I finish up, I'd like to say sorry for when we were children I broke your silver and black Buzz Lightyear toy. I know it meant a lot to you, and you're pretty cut up about it at the start. Hopefully the wounds have healed, and hopefully Ebony can help them heal, and etc. But to add to his great words, I would like to propose a toast. I haven't got a cup, but that's neither here nor there. Thank you. To Ebony and Jack. May they... Oh, yep, to Jack and Ebony, yep. May they, as they continue to grow closer to one another, grow closer to God, to infinity and beyond.